Evelyn Thomas is a Marine veteran, MST survivor, and advocate. At the beginning of her military career, she was sexually assaulted by 4 fellow Marines after being put in isolation by her command for something the military used to call a crime.
My name is Evelyn Thomas. I served in the Army National Guard and the United States Marine Corps. I currently am an activist. I advocate for access to adequate health care for survivors of military sexual trauma. Being a survivor of military sexual trauma, it can be a debilitating, cruel, and damaging impact on a person's life if they do not get the help, the necessary help, the adequate help. And it's been impacting my life. I was discharged from the military in 1991, and still today, in 2023, it impacts my life. I went to Fort Lee, Virginia for my MOS school, and I was the platoon leader there. And one weekend, our platoon sergeant took us to go see the President's Own and Marine Corps silent drill team. And I was just all amazed about how they were able to execute all these commands without saying a word. Mm-hmm. And so I said to myself, oh, that's bad. I said, I'm getting out of the Army. Mm-hmm. I'm getting in the Marine Corps. So I finished my training. I go back and report to my company. I said to my captain, I said, I want to get out of the Army National Guard. I want to transfer to the United States Marine Corps. He said to me, are you crazy? I said, no, I'm not crazy. I said, I think it's the best and I want to be a part of the best. So I had to go to boot camp again. So I'm just having a great time. I'm learning, I'm meeting people, and I'm learning new things. I'm at the top of my class, very competitive, very gung-ho. I mean, this is when we had to shine our boots. My boots were always immaculate. Everything was going good. I was stationed at Camp Pendleton. I was a baker at 16 area mess hall. And I was doing well on my PFT. I did well on on the rifle range. So things were looking good. So at the time, I was dating a woman. And I would never have her come to Camp Pendleton. Yeah. At the time, I'm learning, I'm meeting people, and I'm learning new things. I'm at the top of my class, very competitive, very gung-ho. I mean, this is when we had to shine our boots. My boots were always immaculate. Everything was going good. I was stationed at Camp Pendleton. I was a baker at 16 area mess hall. And I was doing well on my PFT. I did well on on the rifle range. So things were looking good. So at the time, I was dating a woman. And I would never have her come to Camp Pendleton. At the time, I was living in the barracks with 2 other women Marines. We were called women Marines at the time. We weren't called Marines at the time. And I thought they were like me. They were honest, trustworthy people. And because we were roommates, that we had a amount of respect and concern for each other. And so one day I'm in my bake shop, and the company commander, he comes into the bake shop. He says to me, you need to report to the company headquarters office at 0700 hours tomorrow. So the next morning, I go to my company commander's office. I'm standing in front of his desk at attention. The mess hall officer, he's there, right? And he begins to read me my Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court of law. I'm thinking,
What a blow. Like, that's a lot.
I literally begin to shake. I'm shaking so much. They begin to laugh at me. They're laughing at me. I'm thinking, what crime did I commit? I didn't steal anyone. I didn't kill anyone.
Right.
What did I do? And they go, the next thing was, after they completed the Miranda rights, they asked me, are you a homosexual? Your roommates are afraid of you. They think you're going to do something to them. Next thing I see is the letter. There's a letter he had opened up, and he was reading it. It was my personal letter from my mom. She had wrote to me. And in the letter, she asked me about a woman I was dating at the time. That letter was in my footlocker. My footlocker was closed and locked. They broke into it. I don't know why. Stole the letter, read it, gave the letter to my company commander.
That's intense.
Very intense.
Huge betrayal.
Then what they did next was they isolated me right above the company commander's office, and that's when the rapes happened. It was a corrective rape. They were trying to make me straight again. And then after that, they would come into my room every day and trash it. So, and I was just in awe. I didn't know what to do. I was isolated. People who were my friends, who I thought I could rely on, didn't talk, didn't shun, didn't. If they saw me, they would turn around and go the other way. They would speak to me. Yeah. If I walked by, they would say horrible, discriminatory things, towards Dyke.
Yeah.
Oh, she likes to sleep with this. And this all started from what my roommates did. Then the rapes happened, and then after it was multiple rapes, it wasn't just one. And at that was rape, discovered I was pregnant, right? And that caused a lot of issues because I didn't know what to do. I said to myself, Evelyn, if you decide to keep the baby and have this baby, what will you tell this baby? At the time, this is because I wasn't identifying with it. I was separating. If this baby is born and comes down the line and the baby asks about his father, what are you going to say to him? To the baby. Every time you celebrate the baby's birthday, will you remember the rapes? And will you take it out on your baby?
Evelyn would make the decision to keep her baby. At 5 months pregnant, she would lose her child to a premature birth.